What's going on, YouTube? This is Marcus, the Debt Free Dad, here to go over another video with you all today. So I appreciate you all tuning in. Subscribe, like the videos, and definitely leave comments because I make sure I take an effort to try to get in and reply to the comments. Even though I haven't got a comment yet, when I do get one, I'm definitely going to chime in and reply because I appreciate the feedback. And just want to see what's going on and with the audience and what you guys have to say. So today we're going to take a look at the top 5 things that I've done in 2020 to find extra room in my budget and save money. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. Number 5 on the list is I canceled my gym memberships. Once the whole COVID thing popped off in late February, March, I believe it was. Once gyms canceled, I thought to myself, well, that's $20 a month I don't have to spend on the gym membership. So I canceled my gym membership. Fuel costs, I go 4 times a week, so I'm probably looking at about $10 a month just in fuel costs, getting back and forth to the gym. So I saved about $30 a month. Again, that's over $300 a year that I'm saving. I'll tell you what I did in the interim because I still wanted to work out, still trying to make some gains. So ultimately what I decided to do was I went on to eBay, I looked on OfferUp, I think, as well to find some equipment. So I was able to find a weightlifting bench, some weights to go along with my heavy bag, my speed bag. I actually got a elliptical machine for $60. Used elliptical machine, somebody didn't want anymore. I just had to meet them, load it up in the truck, $60 transaction. So OfferUp was a really good way to go, especially too because of the pandemic. It was like a shortage on bicycles for some reason and weights. So I had to actually go on OfferUp because everyone else was backlisted. If I would have ordered equipment online at Walmart or some Amazon, I would have had to wait a month. So I went online, found some used equipment, no longer spending $30 a month on a gym membership. And honestly, even though the gyms are open now, I probably won't be going to the gym anytime soon. I got accustomed to being able to work out in my home on my own when I want to, morning, night, daytime. Sometimes I split it up, do a workout in the morning, and come back later on in the evening. So I really appreciate that flexibility. So that was number 5. Number 4, I adjusted my auto insurance policy. I have 3 vehicles, 2 cars, an SUV, and a motorcycle. So on my SUV, which is essentially my everyday winter ride, because like I said, it's 4-wheel drive. If it snows, I'm good. I don't have to worry about it. I mean, if somebody hit it, I really don't care. Actually, I've been in an accident with it. Someone hits it. When I get the proceeds to repair it, I don't even repair it because it's my everyday rider truck. I don't really care about the dent in the back. And so I was able to adjust my insurance. I removed off a lot of the extras, and I was able to save about $20 a month, reducing it from full coverage to just liability coverage. Also, with regard to my motorcycle, what I did was I was able to reduce the cost of my motorcycle and save $80 a month from the month of October through February. And essentially what they have, if you all know if you ride motorcycles, because I don't ride in the cold weather, I'm not a cold weather motorcycle riding person, I just park it and it just sits there. You're able to actually adjust your insurance to a point where it takes off all of the full coverage things, and the only thing that they cover you for is theft and accident. So if it's in storage or if it's parked for the winter or a tree falls on it or someone steals it. So I was able to save $80 a month on my motorcycle insurance, and I was able to save another $20 a month adjusting my insurance policy on my SUV. So that's $100 a month I was saving there. We're looking at number 3. The number 3 thing I did that allowed me to save some money was I learned to cut my own hair. I normally spend between $80 to $100 a month going to the barbershop between myself and my son. Again, once the whole COVID thing broke out, barbershops and salons were one of the first things that had closed. And so in light of that, we sat in the house for months just kind of doing that thing, and I was growing an afro, and I was starting to look really ridiculous. And so I said, I want to learn how to cut my hair. So I bought a pair of clippers off of Amazon and used my son as a test dummies to make sure I didn't mess my hair up. I'm just joking. I actually started on myself. Started on myself with haircuts and actually bought a straight razor so that I could do work on doing my shaping up my beard and hairline with a razor. So I really saved $100 a month. Um, the one thing I haven't mastered yet, I've been still working on, is trying to do fade to get that nice blend. And here's a note, a free tidbit of advice: if you're trying to do something and watch a YouTube video, watch the YouTube video first before you actually do whatever it is you're looking at a video to do. I made a mistake of I would watch it for 10 minutes, then I would fade. I would watch for 2 minutes, and I would do that two-part, then I would play, then I would do it again. And that first side I did came out looking completely ridiculous. Now the second side came out was fresh, but the first side was utterly ridiculous. So again, note to self and everybody out there: if you're gonna look at YouTube to try to do something, watch the video completely first before you actually start to do whatever the task is. Okay, moving on to number two. The number two thing that I did during 2020 to save money was I eliminated a cleaning service. Again, I don't have a butler and everybody waiting on me hand and foot, but in a household with kids and a dog, things can get a little crazy at times. So I would normally have a cleaning crew come in once a month just to kind of help lighten the load and make sure things didn't get too ridiculous. Well, by eliminating that, again, once COVID hit, didn't want to have a lot of traffic in and out of the house unless it was absolutely necessary. So I was able to save $150 a month by eliminating those cleaning services. And the even better part is I was able to give the kids a little bit more chores to do around the house, so they could earn a couple of dollars here or there. So that worked out well. It allowed me to save definitely over $1,000 a month as well. Alright, on to number one. The number one thing I did in 2020 to save money was, wait for it, refinance my mortgage on my principal residence. Currently, mortgage refinance loan interest rates are at an all-time low. I mean, the Fed is even talking about potentially going to a negative interest rate. I won't delve into exactly what that means, but rates are at an all-time low. I purchased my home almost 3 years ago. The interest rate I got was 3.75%, which isn't a terrible interest rate. But once I saw that mortgage rates and loan rates were at an all-time low, I started looking into refinancing. As I looked into just what was going on in that space of real estate and loans, I saw that effective December 1st of this year, there'll be some changes to the laws that could potentially put additional costs on the borrower if you're looking to refinance. So I knew that if I was going to refinance, I needed to do it before December 1st. So actually this month, October, was the first month I paid that new rate on my mortgage. So I went from a 3.75% rate to a 2.25% rate. That sounds really small, but it ultimately led to a savings of $854 a month on my actual mortgage bill that I can use to either pay off debt or save or invest in some sort of investment fund. So I mean, that was just a game changer. I thought it was a win-win. The two factors I considered when I was deciding if I should refinance or not, it was really two things. The first thing was, how long do I expect to possibly still stay in this place? At a minimum 4 years, at a maximum it could be up to 10 years. I mean, I don't think I'm going to move from this area in no time soon. So I think that requirement was met. Pretty much 2 or more years is where I would actually honestly think about it. The second factor that I really decided on and thought about was, will I be able to recoup the cost that I endured during the closing of this refinance within a 12-month period. So closing costs essentially cost about $4,000. I'm saving $854 per month. I'll essentially recoup those monies really less than 6 months. So it was just a win-win to free up additional funds. Total, just looking at everything that I did, all the steps that I did to kind of save money and tighten up my budget, I'm saving over $1,200, excuse me, a month, and the total yearly savings are over $14,000 a month. $14,000 a month that I can use to pay off some unsecured debt, that I can use to save for something that I want to do, that I can use to actually invest and grow it in, you know, a good earning mutual fund or money market account or something to that effect. So those are really the things I did. I think at the end of the day, if you have a budget and you want to try to find additional funds within that budget to use for debt or for investment or for saving, you got to really think outside the box. Look to squeeze at any opportunity you can, as long as you are not underemployed. Now, if you're underemployed, then you're looking at an income problem, and you're talking about finding additional ways to increase your income. But if you don't have an income problem, you really can look at that budget, get creative, and think of ways to kind of squeeze it. I think I can squeeze a few more. I think I can squeeze a few more areas of my budget to free up a few more dollars every month. But we'll talk a little bit more about that in Friday's video when we take a deep dive into the first phase of my debt-free journey by looking at the current debts that I'm holding and what's the repayment plan and what I plan on doing, how I plan on attacking it. So again, thank you all for looking at the video. I appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, leave a comment. If you leave a comment, I'll definitely try my best to get back to you, but I said it like I got a bunch of comments. Nobody left a comment. I think I'm going to go comment on my own page just to make me feel better. Thanks again. Y'all take care.